Putting people on a pedestal never helps anyone. Neither you nor the person you put on a pedestal, nor the job you put on a pedestal, nor the relationship you put on a pedestal, nor the person you put on a pedestal. It never serves anyone. And it's easy for me to go ahead and say that we have this habit, let go of it right now. It's easy. The hard thing is to tell someone how to let go of doing this, how to get rid of this habit, I think it starts with a bit of self-reflection and self-awareness. I mean, if you don't realize that you're putting people on a pedestal, then the first step is to realize what you're doing and to recognize for what it is. Apart from that, you have to address the need in you to put the other person so high up. Why are you placing yourself so below them? Because by putting someone up so high, you are actually putting yourself way down here, somewhere here, and you're worshiping them, right? So you have to realize what in you is causing you to put yourself so low and not equal to the people around you. You're not inferior to anyone. You're not superior to anyone. You are equal to people surrounding you. You're equal. You are as capable as anyone. I don't believe in this, that there's someone superior, there's someone inferior, But I do believe that we tend to internalize shame. We tend to internalize feelings of self-doubt. We tend to internalize feelings of inadequacy, which tend to manifest as putting others or positions or things or like mostly relationships and other people on a pedestal. So the solution for this can either be by putting yourself up on a pedestal, on the same pedestal, so that you're equal to the same person. Or the second step could be to lower the pedestal, so to bring the person to where you are, which I don't recommend, because the first one, where you put yourself, you pump yourself up to the other person and make yourself equal to them, you have to feed yourself with self-love. You have to feed yourself with self-care. You have to concentrate on your hobbies and things that light a flame in your soul, by focusing on yourself. So the solution is by focusing on yourself. The second one, where you put the other person down to your level, that is never good, because you're already so low in your thoughts and in your perception, and then you bring the other person as low as you. It's never gonna work, because you are going to do injustice to the other person as well as yourself by putting yourselves so down and putting yourself in the bottom of a box, which is never helpful. So the solution to this is always to bring the focus back on yourself and feed yourself with self-love. Definition of self-care and self-love, whatever it means for you. For example, if it means spending more time exploring your hobbies, or exploring hobbies that you had abandoned, for example, do that. Or spending time on your skincare or self-care, writing in your journal, meditating, doing yoga, breaking into a dance even, if that means that, or talking to yourself alone, like talking out loud to yourself, or even or for example in your writing, do that. It's so important to do that. It's so important to do that, because otherwise, when you bring the other person down to your level, where you are experiencing feelings of inadequacy, feelings of lack of self-love, you will also cause the other person to feel that lack, and it's never helpful, because it will just not be beneficial for your relationships. It's always best to go out and about and treat yourself equal to other people. And how you're gonna do that is, again, by bringing the focus on yourself, by bringing the limelight on yourself. You're the main character in your own life. Don't go around being a side character in others' lives. How are you going around being a side character in others' life? By putting them on a pedestal, by placing more importance on them than on you. You're giving too much. You're giving out too much. You not only feel like you're giving, you are depleting yourself in the process. It's important to bring the focus back on yourself. As a person who is naturally highly sensitive, for example, and highly empathetic, For example, me, in my early life, for example, in my high school period, I used to give and give, and it was not as a result of my natural personality as much as it was about the mental health issues I was facing. But what it ended up doing was depleting me to the core, from the it depleted me to the bones, like to it took out all my flesh and depleted me really to the bone, so much so that I just ended up in an emergency situation. Yeah. So this is how important it is to self-preserve. That's the word as well. Self-preserve. To bring the attention, energy, time back on yourself, and to take care of yourself first and foremost before taking care of anyone else, because you cannot take care of anyone else if you're not tending to yourself. If you are taking care of others while you're not taking care of yourself, you are giving from a place of lack, and that is never good, and that is never sustainable ever, you know. So go around in life and question yourself and see whom you are giving too much importance, way more than they should be lended, you know. Whom are you giving too much focus in your life? Whenever you think of someone who hurt you in the past, for example, you can choose to be conscious of that. Once you become conscious of that act, you know, thinking about someone who hurt you in the past, for example, you can consciously tap into the knowledge that you are doing that, and then bring the attention, consciously bring the attention back to yourself, um intentionally, you know, intentionally. I just wanted to talk about this because I felt like it's really important, and I had also been doing this in my early years and also maybe recently, but I feel like I've gotten to a place of detachment and also recognizing my role in the downfall of friendships or relationships. So I was thinking about it, and this was going to my mind. I just felt that it's important to share. So yeah, this is how you stop putting people on a pedestal. Bring the focus back on yourself.